Hi, I'm Joe Miller from joemilleryoga.com. This is the first of a series of videos that will look at solutions to common problems that you might run into in your asana practice. Today we're going to look at trikonasana, or triangle pose. In this pose, as the front shin moves into a deeper angle in relationship to the foot, the weight of the body can cause an avalanche or a landslide down into the Achilles tendon that can create some feeling of compression or squeezing on that Achilles tendon. So what do you do? Well, it would be helpful to know a little bit about the Achilles tendon in order to understand the solution to this. The Achilles tendon connects two of the calf muscles, called the soleus and the gastrocnemius, to the heel bone. And when these calf muscles contract, they pull on the Achilles tendon, which pulls on the heel bone, pointing the foot. We look at it. The bones, the Achilles tendon attaches here at the back of the heel bone, or the calcaneus, and when the calf muscles contract, they pull on that heel bone, pointing the foot. The issue comes about when the foot is pointed very deeply, or we say plantar flexed very deeply, which can result in some compression here of the Achilles tendon right behind the ankle joint. So knowing that, there's a couple of pretty simple solutions that you can take to resolve this problem. Probably the simplest solution, or just a way of making the problem go away, is to place your foot on a wedge. So you can see that as I come into triangle, that the angle between my shin and my foot is less when the foot is on the wedge, so that there's less compression directly behind the ankle. You can see if I take the wedge away, immediately see how the angle between the shin and the foot is greater, so that there's more compression there. Another way you could accomplish the same thing is just by bringing the feet a little bit closer towards one another. You can see if I take a longer stance, that the farther I bring my foot out in front of you, the greater the angle of the shin to the foot, the more compression you'll feel in the Achilles tendon. Shortening the stride a little bit reduces the angle of the shin, less compressive force in the Achilles tendon. So those are two kind of simple ways of modifying the pose to resolve the problem. What are some ways that you could resolve the problem without having to modify the pose? Well, there's a couple of things to think about. One is that if you hyperextend your knee in trikonasana, as the knee goes down towards the floor, that's going to increase the angle between the shin and the foot. So the first thing is, if you know you hyperextend your knee, you need to come out of the hyperextension. And I'll show you how you might go about doing that in trikonasana. If you tend to hyperextend the knee, the first thing you're going to have to do is to bend the knee a little bit, because you're not going to be able to resolve the problem without unlocking the joint. So I bend the knee just a little bit, and then if I isometrically try to pull my heel back towards my back foot, that's going to engage the hamstring muscle at the back of the thigh. One of the functions of the hamstring is to bend the knee. So we're engaging one of the muscles that would be responsible for preventing the knee from straightening. And that can help to resolve a little bit that hyperextension of the knee. But also the tendons of the hamstring cross behind the knee, and they create a little bit sort of firmer support behind the knee if we engage that muscle. In terms of reducing the compression in the Achilles tendon, what I can do is engage the calf muscle. I can engage the gastrocnemius and the soleus. And while that might seem a little bit paradoxical, since we said the issue is that the foot is pointed too much, and those muscles point the foot, if I engage these muscles, that's going to actually create a little bit of an upward pull on the Achilles tendon, create a little tension there, reducing the compression. So the way that I can do that is pressing very, very firmly down through the balls of the toes into the floor. And if I add that to the getting out of the hyperextension of the knee, I bend the knee a little bit, I isometrically pull my heel towards the back of the mat, engaging the hamstring, which also will engage the gastrocnemius, which crosses the knee joint behind the knee as well. And then from there I push into the balls of the toes, and then I begin to straighten the knee while I continue to very actively ground into the balls of the toes, as if I'm stepping on the gas pedal, creating a little bit of a lift of the Achilles tendon off the back of the heel bone. So I hope you found that helpful. And if you have any other issues that are coming up in your asana practice that you'd like me to address, I'm happy to try to do those. You can email me, and for more information, go to joemilleryoga.com, where you can see my Facebook page at Joe Miller Yoga. Thanks for watching.